Hi, this is Patrick Hannafin. Welcome to my YouTube channel. It's a rainy day today, I'll tell you. I just drove from Huntington Beach down to Irvine, and it was sprinkling a little bit, and I had a doctor's appointment, and I came out, it was pouring rain, and I just got on the freeway, and then I heard a traffic alert, and somebody had just got killed on the 405, like a couple exits up, and it was all backed up on my side too. The people all looky-loos and checking it out. And anyway, I just wanted to make a quick video. It stopped raining right here as I'm pulling into my area, and then I went to the market real quick and grabbed some groceries. You always seem to do that when it rains. I don't know, you feel good getting that little extra fresh food. And then anyway, I'm down here, walking down to a park down here in Huntington Beach, and just a nice neighborhood. And they're doing some work on the street. They're putting some kind of metal plates in here now. I don't know what exactly they're doing, but temporarily got these metal plates on. And something kind of interesting happened to me this morning. I just wanted to mention. You know, I was on the internet, and then I stepped away from it for a minute, and I went back, and my internet went down. And it was funny because last night I was just listening to a news show where they're talking about the grid, and if the grid had gone down, and the EMFs, I think that's the word, and we lose all our internet, and you can't operate. And you know, it was funny, as soon as I lost the internet, I just felt lost. And fortunately, it's still working, was on my cell phone, but you know, it took me kind of a minute to realize that. And you start thinking, like, what have I got? If it just suddenly lost everything, or you don't have electricity, I went in the kitchen, I was wiping my hands, and I pulled out some paper towels, and I go, oh, that roll is almost empty. And I go, well, you know, I've got 2 huge packages of paper towels, you know, stashed away, so that's like great. You know, and you just start really running down how long you could live if you don't have electricity. You can't go to the bank, you can't pull any money. You know, and I'm quickly thinking, well, I've got cash, and I got some, you know, silver and whatever, and I got lots of friends, and I have things that they'd want, and I've got food in the refrigerator, and lots of canned stuff stored away, and plenty of water, let me tell you. And but it runs through your mind a little bit, especially after that beginning of that show I was watching last night. You know, we never know what's going to happen, and that's why I always say be prepared. And the ships out at sea, you know, they're saying there's only like 36 off the coast. It sure looks like a lot when they see 36 cargo ships, but I think there's really more like 100, because there's just some that are just a little farther out behind Catalina Island ready to come in. And the stores are just, I had mentioned yesterday, I was in Trader Joe's, and one whole aisle was nothing but, it seemed like the whole aisle, but it wasn't the whole aisle, but it was a lot of it. The aisle was just spaghetti sauce. You know, at first you're going, boy, it's really full in here, and then you go, wait a minute, it's all one product. Where's all the rest of this stuff? And it's just smart to be prepared. And like, you know, like I'm making this video really quick because I know it's going to rain in a minute here too again. It was raining when I left, but it stopped. And, you know, I had plans where I was going to film today down in Irvine, and you can't do that. And I couldn't get the internet, and hopefully it'll be on when I get home. And you don't know. You just do not know. So if you're prepared, you're going to be in a lot better shape, I'll tell you. So I guess that's the point of this. And not to believe everything you hear on the radio and the news and read in the paper. And, you know, I got the internet for a minute this morning. I was watching the Maxwell Trial, and then they stopped it today because they didn't mention who, but one of the attorneys got ill suddenly, and they said they'd be back tomorrow, but they had to leave. So they stopped the whole trial. And they said they're about ready to wrap up their case. I'm going, it just seemed like they just started last week. They've hardly brought up anybody. They've got 3 girls, there were originally 4. And, you know, I'm thinking there was originally like 200 girls. And all these people that are so important and well known. And, you know, 2 presidents and doctors and pianists and lawyers and all these famous people, and their name has just barely, if anything, been mentioned maybe on the flight log. You know, I mean, what about Ghislaine Maxwell visiting the White House 17 times with Bill Clinton? You know, what about, none of this, nothing comes up. And I mean, I don't care if you're Clinton or Trump or whoever, you're Democrat or Republican, but it's just, there was so much, and oh, I've never been to that island before. Yeah, you have. You're on the flight log. You know, it just seems like it's a bunch of baloney. And the suicide of Jeffrey Epstein, I mean, I think a lot of people question that. I mean, there was 20 sheets in that room. What prisoner that's been on suicide watch in a prison like that is given 20 sheets? You know, they might as well have like 6 nooses provided for him, a couple tables to jump off of. I mean, or did they just, is he just still alive and somewhere else? I don't trust our government. I really don't. And it's sad that we have to think this way, but that's just kind of how it is. I'm down here at the park. Let me show you around a little bit. Just some of the houses. And the thing that's putting the plates in here. Another truck coming down here with some metal plates, I guess. And all the puddles from the rain. This is the break. I was going to go down and shoot the Huntington Pier. Once I got here, I go, well, Huntington, let me go to the pier. And I go, by the time I get down there, it might be raining again. So I just wanted to get a little video here and warn you guys. And, you know, and that's something else too. I mean, a lot of things are like what people conceive of them. If everybody conceives that the stock market is going to keep going up, they'll keep buying the dips, and it will. You know, and if everybody keeps thinking that something that's based on nothing, like Bitcoin or Ether, Ethereum, I mean, it's just, they're down today. I think Ethereum's down like 8% today, and Bitcoin's down over 5%. But it's the people's perception that makes something seem okay. And people's perception on gold and silver is not good. Now, if everything gets really sour in the economy, it may change and gold and silver may start going up and become real valuable. But I mean, I was, you know, kind of glancing at all that today, and I'm going, well, in the last year, gold and silver have gone down. Both. In the last 6 months, they've gone down. In the last month, they've gone down. Today, they've gone down. I mean, silver fell down like 42 cents today. I mean, it's like just barely $22 an ounce. And gold, I think it went down like $8 today. But it never gets up high. You know, you buy the stocks, you know, you pick well, you might make 40, 50% on your money in a year. You know, it doesn't ever happen with gold and silver. And then you got to pay a premium to buy and sell it. You got to pay sales tax if you don't buy over $1,500 in California. You got to pay shipping where you get it from. Then when you sell it, you're going to sell it at a loss because, you know, a pawn shop or a coin dealer isn't going to give you what you paid for it. And then you got to find a buyer for it. You're going to sell each individual coin. That's going to be harder that's crazy. You know, and list them on eBay and take pictures of them and try to get your money out of them. You know, and then people that buy and sell coins, they aren't the most honest in the world always, you know. So you run that risk that, you know, the person's pays you, doesn't come through with a deal or whatever. So it's just all a big chancy thing. I don't like it. Now, if things start getting bad, I'd love to have some more silver and gold and just have it safely tucked away. But remember, you got to worry about it too, you know. People break in your house, the first thing they're going to take, find a drawer full of a bunch of silver and gold. So it's perception of some things and watching how people feel and getting the idea and getting the trend. And that's part of investing as well. It's just what it is today. So keep that in mind. You know, when everybody thinks the economy is going to go bad, it probably will. And everybody thinks it's going to go up forever, it will. But there's going to become a point, and you got to be in and out before that point. It's a cute little cul-de-sac here right behind the park here. Here's the sky today. That's the sun kind of peeking through. But I just kind of do these videos, and I guess the point is, you know, I've been lucky. I mean, I've really made some money with real estate, and, you know, sometimes when I see something really good, I get carried away and buy too much of it, and I did with the real estate, and it was just before you know it, the prices are going up and all. But I had to learn the hard way in life that things don't always go up, and then you can, you know, real estate doesn't turn over fast like like a stock, and you can just sell it online quickly. It's real slow process. It's getting better now because the market's hot, but how long will it stay hot? And if they start raising those interest rates up and people get the perception that real estate isn't going up anymore, it won't go up. That's what happened in 2007, 2008. People's perception was real estate is overpriced. It's a bubble and no one wanted to buy it. You couldn't give a house away. I remember looking at this condo that had this furniture for sale, and I went in there and they only wanted to sell it by the room. But their prices were pretty reasonable, and I'm kind of going, I could use some furniture because I just bought a new place, and I'm looking at, and then the guy said, well, I have these the granite countertops for sale in the bathrooms and the kitchen too. I'm going, the countertops? How can you pull those out without cracking? He goes, I think we'd probably get them off. I'm like, why would he sell his countertops? And then it didn't dawn on me, this is like back in 2007, 2008, that he was going through foreclosure and he's just grabbing everything he can out of the house, the furniture, the countertops, the whole everything. The whole ball of wax, that's the expression I was looking for. Things can change. So whatever your investment is, stay on top of it. Don't buy the hype. You know, I mean, the hype is be a consumer, keep buying, keep spending, rack your credit cards up, you know. And if you can't afford it, don't do it. And spread your money around and do a little here and a little there. Don't just be a consumer. I'll like this, I'll take this. I got to have the, what is it, 100-inch TVs now? You don't need all that, you know. And if you can afford it and you want it, great. But just watch it, you know. Just give some of yourself and your friends, and you know, like do things for people, and that you really genuinely want to help. And I'll babysit for you tonight, or I'll take care of your dog while you're away. Whatever. Those are things that have a lot of meaning to people. You don't call them and tell them you care about them, and you know, look after your friends. And you know, things get hard and tight, they'll look after you. And what's going to happen in the future? I don't know. I just have no idea. And you know, I can guess. I don't think things are going to be very good. I really think we're going to have problems. And but I don't know that. It's just a wild guess. And I'm kind of trying to do a lot of safeguards and not have all my money spread out in one place, and be watching out and hoping and praying that a lot of people that need stimulus checks will get them and get help from the government. And you know, the Biden presidency, maybe they'll get some stimulus for the old people on Social Security. The money they've just completely devaluated on these people. I mean, their Social Security is so worthless now. You know, if you got $800 20 years ago, that meant something. You could pay your rent, whatever. Now you can't even rent a one-bedroom for $800 hardly, you know, let alone live and all the things that you need. So I feel sorry for these people. They paid in with real dollars, and they're getting the Social Security is coming back to them in Venezuela dollars. All devaluated money, and it's sad. And they need some help. The government devaluated their money. They're printing at 25 to 40% of money this year alone. They put all that extra cash out there. It kills your cash. And that's sad for those people. And they need some help. The government's going to ruin their Social Security that they paid into, let alone the government borrowed all the money out of Social Security. So if there's a government shutdown or something, there's not even any backup money for these people. So the government needs to take care of them. I really think they do. I don't, you know, and the people can't do much. You know, you're old, you've got a walker, and you can't even afford medicine, you're eating one meal a day, trying to survive because your rent's gotten higher. That's not the way those people were told Social Security was going to work, and I don't think that's right. I'm always throwing my opinions in here, but I can't help that, you know. So anyway, and I think even if the Republicans win the next elections in a year, I think they'll do something with Social Security too. I think everybody agrees. There's the fight back and forth. So if Democrats want to do something the Republicans don't, and vice versa, they're both fighting. But I think eventually somebody's going to do something and help the seniors that really need it. And at the same time, just enjoy life. Go to the library, walk around the parks here. You know, look at these videos, the nice places I'm walking. These are all free. These are all just enjoyable places. And just look at the decorations and say hi to your neighbor and have a great time. There's this cat that's so cool here. I kept hoping he'd come out. The only thing that we see lately are coyotes. We have so many coyotes in Huntington Beach, you'd never guess it. And they've attacked a lot of people's animals. I mean, you can't let your cat out at night or anything, but even some people walking close to like the channels that go down to the ocean. There's a guy the other day that he got surrounded by one coyote. He saw one coyote, then there was 3. All of a sudden there were 6 surrounding him. And then somebody came by with a car and saw him, and he jumped in the car. He wasn't even walking a dog. They were like ready to attack him. Coyotes are a problem, but they were here before we were. There's a lot of debate on how to deal with that one too. A lot of debate on everything. So I guess I'm just wasting your time because I don't even have any opinions, but bringing things up, and it's good to think about things and good to feel good about life and not worry about every little thing, every minute it happens, because one day you'll be up, and one day you'll be down, and overall, just enjoy life. And we're so lucky to be here in America, and I really believe that. I really think we're lucky. So thank you so much for watching my video, and God bless. Bye-bye.